Ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and this is a video that I probably should have made earlier if I was going to make one, but I decided the other day that despite the excellent work Upper Echelon Gaming had done discussing this topic in his own video, I would sit down and talk about my own thoughts on the matter of FaZe Jarvis being banned from Fortnite, and more specifically, Ninja's assertions in that regard, because this speaks to the very core of the differences between legitimate content creators and people like Ninja, specifically where there is a clear divide that I don't honestly believe can ever be rectified. Many of you are aware of what happened with Jarvis and his Fortnite ban. Jarvis, a 17-year-old YouTuber and Twitch streamer, has earned over 2 million subscribers on his channel and is a multi-millionaire due to his Fortnite fame. For some completely unfathomable reason outside of the desire for cheap views, Jarvis decided to create a new account and make use of a secondary computer in his house to install aimbotting cheat software and record himself using it within public matches of Fortnite. As a result, Epic Games issued Jarvis a permanent ban, and while most Fortnite content creators tend to agree, at least from what I've seen, that the ban was justified, Ninja holds a very different opinion. I wanted to discuss Ninja's statements towards the very end of this particular little rant, if you can call it that, but I feel that would be taking things a bit out of order. So let me show you the clip of what Ninja said, and then we can go from there.
So maybe they're scared to
Listen, there's a difference between a content creator who has millions of subscribers, hundreds of thousands of followers, who gets banned from literally what makes him money, right? And there's a difference between some kid who is just a piece of shit who has absolutely zero following, has zero money that comes from Fortnite, from gaming, and hacks. You ban that kid, nothing happens to him. Nothing happens. Oh no, he can't cheat anymore. You ban Jarvis, it's different. The stakes are different. It should be handled a little bit differently.
There are, to my mind, so many things wrong with this statement that it's difficult to find a place to begin. I'll put a pin in the idea of a person's livelihood being destroyed. Actually, I'm just going to ignore the livelihood being destroyed part, and instead I'll talk first about the idea of clout. Now, this is something I've seen within Ninja's mindset for quite some time, and it is a concept that I fundamentally disagree with on every level. The concept that a person's opinions and their very actions carry more worth than a person without such levels of public visibility. It is a similar concept that a person with 200,000 Twitter followers is automatically better than a person with only single digit or even a couple of thousand followers. It is a concept that you are better than someone else, more knowledgeable and possessing of greater insight and wisdom than someone else simply due to a social media following. That is the concept of clout. How many followers you can bring to bear on a specific topic or situation. How much visibility you have is the determining factor of your worth as an individual. And that is something I cannot abide. Simply because a person manages to amass social media followers determines nothing by way of the content of one's intellect or character. For example, I know for a fact that there are several people that follow me either on Twitter, on Facebook, or on YouTube that are far more intelligent than I am. That is a given, and trust me, I've also learned the hard way that you do not engage with someone assuming that they are an idiot. If you do, you grossly underestimate them, and if you are wrong, they will completely mop the floor with you in grand fashion. No, far better to treat each person as an individual with their own learned history, life experiences, and opinions. Simply because you have a larger following does not invalidate them or what they have to say. In fact, a lot of the time there are a great many people following you that are well worth listening to. The concept of clout is based in self-aggrandizement coupled with a selfishness and a self-centeredness that is not conducive to being a responsible content creator or even a moral human being for that matter. And to see Ninja so thoroughly entrenched in such a mindset makes me think less and less of him as a content creator and as a person. The next aspect of his statement is that streamers should be given special consideration because they help promote the game. Again, this is both short-sighted and comes from a place of self-centered and self-aggrandizing mindset. Yes, Fortnite is popular, and streamers like Ninja help to keep it the most popular battle royale in the genre. There is no doubt that while these select few streamers are making their fortunes off of the back of Fortnite, Epic Games also profits as well. It is a symbiotic relationship in that regard, but it is also a relationship that Ninja shows a complete lack of understanding. When a content creator, whichever field they may be in, showcases a product or an action, as these Fortnite streamers do, they typically do so to a far younger and more impressionable audience, and as such, every video they create, every stream they conduct, is filled with hype and excitement to make sure those younger viewers stay engaged. So what do you think will happen when a popular Fortnite player shows off a cheat tool in Fortnite to his over 2 million subscribers while acting as exciting as possible? Yes, he did claim cheating was bad. Yes, he did tell people not to do it. But you have to remember that most of these viewers are children, and as such will forget those statements in precisely 0.5 seconds after they were uttered. Instead, all they will remember is how crazy Jarvis was acting with this cheat tool, how much fun he was having, and that translates, at least on a subconscious level, to how much fun they could be having were they to do the same. Children, and this includes Jarvis, typically do not consider the consequences of their actions. So now you have a popular channel, for all intents and purposes, promoting a cheat device that is expressly forbidden by Epic Games in order to keep the game itself fair for its players. How do you think Epic Games would react to that? Do you think they will thank Jarvis for his actions? Do you think they will care about a single streamer, no matter how popular, after something like that? Something that will result in more people getting banned for doing the same, meaning there will be fewer players and fewer people buying microtransactions? No. They're going to hurl your ass to the curb and then completely forget about your existence before you even hit the pavement. And they would be right to do so. No, content creators do not deserve special treatment in relation to any game merely due to the fact that they help increase the visibility of a piece of entertainment. Not in this manner. Because when they use their visibility, when they use their clout, to promote a course of action that is directly counter to the rules and will result in an extremely negative playing experience for literally every other person they come across within the game, then they are no longer beneficial to either that game or even to their own viewers, and they absolutely should be given the exact same treatment that any of their viewers would receive. If you will recall, it was only a few years back that we had the whole controversy surrounding T. Martin and Pro Syndicate, two popular CSGO streamers and YouTubers who actively promoted a gambling site to children, while at the same time refusing to properly disclose the fact that not only were they associated with the site, that they actually owned it and potentially were able to control the results that they were showcasing to their underage viewers. And then we had the FTC debacle where it was found out that numerous content creators were directly advertising games, products, and services on their channels without disclosing to their viewers that they were being paid to do so. It is the lowest common denominator of greed and selfishness. These channels that manage to earn these massive incomes are working a job that most other people could only dream of. Less than the top 0.1% of Twitch streamers earn enough money to go full-time. It's similar with YouTube, and as much as I hate to say it, YouTube's golden era has come and gone before I even started my own channel. It is an opportunity that very few individuals will ever even approach. It is a rare privilege that is afforded to those creators by their viewers, and it is growing increasingly rare to see successful channels turn into successful careers. That those channels with their massive base of followers and already massive incomes from Twitch and YouTube would then turn around and refuse to properly disclose their paid promotional advertisements in order to make a little extra scratch is disgusting. It was completely immoral, not to mention the simple fact that it was against the fucking law. And those few channels that did claim they disclosed put it below the fold where no one at all would ever notice. And right along in their wake, we have these self-aggrandizing hype peddlers that continue the mentality of entitlement and greed, doing whatever they can to chase the dollar. The content creators have a responsibility, and it is being completely ignored. I understand that Jarvis is a 17-year-old, and as such, teenagers aren't exactly prone to making rational decisions. But when you gain a following that dwarfs most other channels out there, you have to stop and consider the ramifications of your actions. Creators have a responsibility to their viewers. Between content creators and their viewer base, there is at the very least an implied trust being bestowed upon them by their viewers, and that trust is something that should not at any time be taken lightly or casually disregarded. You, as a creator, are not better than your viewers. You are made better by your viewers. Your viewers hold you up and allow you a position to do what you do by their providing their time to watch your content, and in some rare cases, by providing you money by way of donations so that you can more easily continue to do what it is you do. And as a result, when you actively promote cheating on your channel, you should be held more accountable, not less, just by virtue of the increased amount of damage you can cause to both your own viewers, the platform they provide you, and within the game you are playing. When you do that, you're creating a form of sensationalized content that promotes the cheats themselves, and no matter what caveats you put at the beginning of the video to make yourself feel a little bit better about what it is that you are doing, you are encouraging your viewers, and in this case, many of them underage viewers, to cheat. You are then directly violating that trust that they place within you, and it shows that you are unworthy of their viewerships and the backing and support that they provide, whether it be through views or monetary donations. Your viewers are not a number. They are not clicks to chase after with lowbrow, bottom-of-the-barrel nonsense. They are people, and as such are deserving of your respect. But it seems to me Jarvis had forgotten that in his quest for sensationalized content, and it is even more readily apparent that Ninja just flatly ignores that immutable fact, focusing more on himself and his clout more than anything else. Now I realize that my channel will never reach the lofty heights that these two already have, and that's okay, because I can at least understand the concept of ethics and morality. I do sincerely hope that Jarvis is able to learn a lesson from all of this, but something within me is highly doubtful of that possibility. And as for Ninja, well, he can go rot in hell for all I care. Well, once again, ladies and gentlemen, I am SidAlpha, and I'll see you next time.